You can pull up Solar G1 Studios on YouTube. You can pull up Todd Medina Facebook page. You probably get more questions on those 2 pages. Plus, you'll get the questions in the Zoom room. They'll show up. And I would say those 2 would be the way to go. So we got the 4 people.
Yeah, I see it.
Yeah. Okay. So we got they're all hooking up now. So I'm going to switch over to the intro. It'll be 3 minutes and 1 second, and then you can start. And there's 8 or 9 people in the Zoom room as well. Uh-oh. Hang on.
Oh, I don't even see them. Okay. Okay.
Let me just get this right.
Do y'all see them, Honey?
No, we don't.
On our phone, Sandra, I see it.
No.
And then the other thing you want to do is share to your pages. You can share it to your pages and also do a watch party.
That's our music, so if you like it, holler. It's nothing. Peace.
Work is gone. Work is gone already. We love the children.
Yeah. I don't know why you thought I was asleep. Huh? Yeah. Go ahead, Kami. Check them. Yeah. Let's do it. 144,000 on the ground. Want to look the free. But the blast off, homie. Hey. Let's go. Dipping through the astral belt like sauce. On another level, ever like a rebel renegade. Down my flavor, you can flip it so amazing, man. Yeah. It'll been the pill to make them live it. The vanilla had moved the millennia familiar. The flipping in the mother loving building. We building full of tripping, son. Look, I got greens, beans, chicken, turkeys, old rats with so much magic. Harry Potter, call me daddy. Yeah. All off the grade, all in your face, all on the base, all in the place. Holla, man, this command fleet like. Close the blast door, she about to blast off, man. Close the blast door, she about to blast off, man. Close the blast door, she about to blast off, man. About to blast off. Close the blast door, she about to. Come on. Yo, many millennia I've been in my tune, keeping cool on my mom raw. Summer solstice, rocks fly plus thunder. Rain while the sun's out, rain while the sun's out. Yeah! They dance with a honk in the gold blue hairdress, rose little juice in my chalice, me the lamp is. Take me a sip for I really get the rapping, yo. Come on, baby. Really get it pop up for the free peep. How we get busy in the deep, so deep that the underrated really still worry about what it's gonna be. That mother lover gon' salute the colors when we come through. Too cool doing what we do, bro. Yeah. Them speakers on the roof. Butter on them brothers, yo. That's a Betty Crocker Figaro. They call me Diamond Sport Angelo. Light work animal. Shine so bright, the dark know not to run up on me, yo. Blast off, but the blast off, homie. Hold the blast off, but the blast off, homie. But the blast off, homie. Love, but the blast off on. Yeah.
Wow. All right. Peace. Are we on?
Looks like we're on.
Looks like we're on. Let me make my screen bigger here. Greetings. Can everybody hear me?
Hello.
Can hear you, Sandra. Hello.
Yes.
Hi. I'm trying to see where I can see the participants. I don't see them on my screen. Can you all see the people with how to answer the questions and answers? I'm not showing it on my laptop.
They'll come up. There's a chat at the bottom. You see the chat? Click the chat. Yeah, click the chat.
Click on that.
Yeah, click on that, and what'll happen is when somebody puts a comment in, it'll light up. It'll light up and tell you, and you just click it, and it'll show the chat.
Okay. Hi, everybody. Hi,
everyone.
Okay. I see Michael. I see Dawn, Ivy, Fatima, Meg, Heather, Meg. Okay. Greetings. I am so excited. How you guys like that intro video? You talking about energy. Yeah. Look, we was about to blast off. Y'all was about to see me do a little bit of twerking. Yeah, I could still twerk. I could still dance. I'm gonna say, look, looks are deceiving. I'm gonna tell you that. Okay. Anyway, look, greetings. Did we lose Katina? To everybody, and there she is. And I can't hear you, Kat. Do your adjust your speaker.
Yes, I'm here.
There she is. Yeah.
I'm here. I was trying to get the best lighting. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So anyways, a short greeting. The program that we lay before you, it's the name of it is Shifting into 5D Earth Frequency, the New Earth Frequency and Beyond. And I'm your host, Sandra Mathis, and our co-hosts are to your left and to my right here, Honey Borden and Michael Abramson. We also have the other platform guest, who is Lavelle Zimmerman, and Lady Ninhursag, which is Katina Elliott, but she prefers to be called by her spiritual name, Lady Ninhursag. We have a powerful program lined up for you guys tonight. So I'm going to read my little intro because I'm not really a public speaker, but I'm going to do the best I can do. And that's that. You know, we are real here. So like I said, I'm Sandra Mathis, and I'm delighted to bring to you an easy and open way by which you can ask questions and simply make comments on whatever you desire to do in this present process that not only we're experiencing, but the entire planet is experiencing it. Actually, the entire universe are going through it, shifting into a new 5, 6, 7D frequency and beyond. This idea of having a streaming was created to allow people who are searching for answers to their questions to gain a deeper insight and understanding about our chosen path. And so our purpose in coming here is to move forward in the best way that we can possibly do that and accomplish that. Do you feel stuck, afraid, unsure, just confused about what's happening? We're going to try to answer some of those questions for you. And that's what this streaming is all about. It's approximately 1 hour, but we'll probably go over it because I do like to talk. I know Honey and Michael like to talk. I know Katina loves to talk. And I know Lavelle loves to talk. So you got some talkers on here. Let me say, firstly, I give personal and high recognition to Todd Medina and Soulology for producing our show. As many of you know, he's extremely busy, constantly, and a hard worker, uplifting the conscious community in any kind of way he can. And he's an inspiration to him. If you ever meet him, go to his Facebook page and just chat with him. And it's just a high vibrational experience just to even know him. So we love you, Todd, and his wife, Morgan. We love you guys dearly for giving us an opportunity to expand and share some of our light with the world at this time. This live streaming will be done tentatively on a bi-weekly basis. And I will give you at the end of the show the next scheduled date for the show. Now, I will also be reaching out to different platform guests from time to time. So if you feel like that you want to be a guest on our show and come in and answer questions and share some of your light and energy with us, feel free to do so. It's just I'm a newbie at this. So we gonna do this together and we gonna make it work, you know? So our guest, we're going to introduce them one by one and just have them say a little bit about themselves and what it is that they do, what they feel like their purpose is, you know, etc. Whatever they desire to do. Firstly, we'll have co-host Honey Borden and Michael Abramson. Hi there.
Hi.
Beautiful souls. How are you?
Good, great.
You've been on the water. I know you've been out there because I'm watching the pictures off the chain.
We had to get connected with the dolphins before the Stargate, so just to tap into that. that grid line of Arcadia, and also the Atlantean energy, and just to recharge in our plasma cells before coming in here and going
Okay.
to 8-8. Yeah.
Nice, nice, nice. Okay, you want to tell us a little bit about maybe the beginning of your path and what led you to this, just really briefly, and some of the things that you guys do now to assist. And I know that it's just way too much to talk about in 1 hour. But
we'll make it short. Like
we'll make it short.
We'll make it short. It's pretty like Michael and I are in a sacred divine union bond, and we are of service in our divine mission on earth, particularly with the Yeshua and Magdalene codes of light. We are very much about the divine alchemy, and specifically with the grid lines, Christus light through the higher dimensional plane, and in an alchemized state in the remembrance of our divinity. So as a union, our union goes through a lot of experiences so that the state of its presence becomes the material that is here being anchored on earth, that it has transcended and transformed it's to its origin of light so that it can stream through. So I'm more focused on the galactic realm, between the many different languages and codes of light, in decoding and speaking in multiple languages, and bringing some of the higher dimensional conscious beings that are other humanity have not yet heard of them, to as a contactee, to bring their awareness here and what their role is in assisting humanity's ascension and this planetary ascension in the golden age. And so I'm more in everything that has to do with the crystalline diamond light body and the Christos light and the alchemized state of that. That's where I'm really focused in the transmissions and activation, and directly working with the third grid system of earth, the golden liquid light. That's where I'm assigned to for many years in those activation and what have you.
Yes, and as a divine partner in the sacred masculine, I know I hold a great space in being a guide, a leader, and really a multi-dimensional healer on this earth plane, and just feel very grateful that we could be here as we serve in our devotion to the light, devotion to divine love, and really being leaders of the ascension team to serve in our dedication each day and each moment as our lives. And I just feel that it is of great service and value that we can all come on today and really share our beautiful individual experiences, share from our heart, honor and respect our beautiful paths that have brought us together, because I feel we've been all brought in this conscious wave in one of the most powerful moments. So thank you so much, Sandra.
Absolutely.
And thank you, Todd.
Yeah. What an honor. I don't think anything happens by coincidence. And probably a little bit later on during the live stream, I would like for you and Honey to speak more about the liquid golden light that's coming into the planet. All right. Thank you. Thank you so much. All right. My man, Lavelle Zimmerman.
Hello.
Oh, man. You guys don't understand. This young man here is something else. He's commander. I mean, he's got a line of stuff. I mean, Sunday mornings, I will not miss my Sunday morning meditations. He has a Sunday morning meditation that's off the chain. And I know he probably get tired of me commenting every 5 seconds on what he's saying and all, but he is powerful. Yes. This is Lavelle Zimmerman. Okay, go ahead on. And I know you just loaded with good stuff you want to share with us about it. Come on now.
No,
we opened up with that rap and that song. I know you loaded.
A great honor and pleasure to connect with Divine Reflections once again. I'm Lavelle Zimmerman. I've been in service to the light for in direct proactive service for the last 9 years in providing ascension guidance. Of course, I'm an extraterrestrial incarnate here amongst humanity, and of course an aspect of our work is in providing very intuitive and innovative, proactive guidance through the vessel, through this harmonic frequency of being. And once again, it's a humble honor to connect with Reflections, to share this space, and of course, to hopefully be of assistance and be insightful to our listeners today. Once again, a great honor to connect with you all. I'm humbled to be here.
Yeah, all right. And we are more than humbled to be in your presence, Commander. Okay, all right then. Miss Lady Ninhursag. Yeah, we've been friends for a very long time and everything. I'm kind of like her mommy and all. That's Katina. And so Katina's kind of, Lady Ninhursag kind of stays behind the scenes, but this is a very, very powerful individual, and she's doing a lot of light work behind the scenes. And so we're going to let her jump into that, tell us a little bit about herself and what's going on with you, young lady. Thank you for joining us.
Okay, sure. Thank you so much, Umi, for this honor. Thank you for having me and just being a part of this panel with these beautiful divine souls that are present today, and all the beautiful divine souls that are tuning in and to share this experience with us. So I am Divine Lady Ninhursag. And I am here on the planet to assist in raising the vibration. I, through the focus of uplifting women and girls and empowering them to be their greatest version, as we go right now through this experience, is definitely needed. I am an international speaker, also an author, spiritual life coach, and mentor. So that's what I do for the planet. Also, I'm a grandmother of 4, mother of 3. So I have my hands full, and I also work a full-time job. So yeah, I'm a busy little bee over here, just trying to, or not trying, but helping to raise the vibration of this planet. That's what we've all decided to do, and that's why we're all here.
All right. I like that. I love that. I love that, Lady Ninhursag. You guys make me feel so good, because like I say, I'm new at this, but I just felt like this program was created for people that are somewhat, they feel they're stagnated, or they feel that they've got to run and catch up with this. They'll look at articles on Facebook or Instagram or what have you, and feel like that they should be there or should be here, and they're comparing themselves to someone else, and that kind of leaves sometimes feeling of depression, or and lowers their frequency to, a lot of them don't feel good about themselves and stuff. I know because I've experienced that. We've all experienced that when we first started. So I decided that part of me would give back to the conscious community by assisting with those that feel this way. And so I gathered, I spoke with Todd about it briefly, that we could do this like bi-weekly. You guys know that there's a lot going on the planet, probably even more than we can even break down in a couple of 2 or 3 hours. Then we have energy coming in for the Lionsgate, Gateway, 8 and 8 of August. And of course, you all know that energy is already coming in. And then the closer we get, and even many days afterwards, that energy will still be around. So it's making people a bit anxious and giddy and just unsure. Some of the energies, a lot of people's bodies aren't able to handle that energy. If you've noticed, we have a lot of people transitioning and going to the other side. and it's just the amount of frequency that's coming in. And so one thing that I wanted to present to the platform was just only a few questions maybe that we can hit on, because I haven't seen any questions that I see. I'm excited to be here, and they want to see me twerk. Whoa. Oh, that's messed up. Wow. Get your mind out. Anyway, says Honey and Michael, you are darlings. LaVelle's got some fans out here. We have close to a little over 100 people that are watching now. Says many of you are so amazing. Love your name, Lady Ninhersag. So as you see me look down, I'll try to see. I'm looking on my phone for the questions because my screen is not showing all the comments here right now. So if you all see some questions, go ahead. Don't waste the hour. Come on, people. Go ahead on and type your questions in. Don't be bashful. There's nothing that we have not heard. Ask your questions. Do not be ashamed. I'll ask a question in a minute. I will. Anything, I'm raw. You see, I'm raw, and I just give you whatever comes out, without trying to be offensive to some. So we're gonna go back and we're gonna talk with Honey and Michael. Well, first of all, let me back up. Let me put 5 questions on the 5 thoughts on the platform, and we can work off of those until we can get the audience warmed up to where they're I got a question here. Did y'all see that?
Yeah. Please explain
what this whole COVID thing is about. Okay, that was asked about Emily. Emily wants to know what the whole COVID thing is about. So each one of you guys can elaborate on that, and we'll go ahead and start with Honey and Michael.
So it's honey. Honey bee, exactly. Hi. So from my perception, the COVID is big part of the planetary activation for individuals, many individuals that are going to be going through the planetary ascension. Mm-hmm. It is part of the carbon template that is being activated into the crystalline, as it's been happening for several years anyway. And this month is very significant as we go between the Sirius Stargate, as we go to the peak of the 8/8 Stargate. So last night in our group meditation, what I saw was the crystal bridges that were being implemented from the center of Gaia's crystalline heart to the higher dimensional planes, with many of the individuals who cannot make the personal and planetary ascension. So they have to cross over. But as they're going through the crystal bridge, they're being crowned so that they can take part of this collective ascension. So there are individuals such as many of us who are awoken, who are part of the leaders in the ascension. We are transmuting and transferring, and we are also taking this consciousness of COVID. I feel there's a living consciousness with it in bringing our Christ light to its presence and expanding. It's one of the big ones that we have to expand into. And those who are not able to, they are going to be crossing over to be able to experience their ascension. But this one is specifically for us who are not ascending out of our body. We're remaining in form to bring the Christ light through. And that's the way I see it. So it's very important to be anchored deeply into the Gaia's crystalline diamond heart, so that we are able to allow this vibration to transmute and transcend through us. So I see it as a very important part of the personal planetary ascension in delivering the golden age.
And I follow that in that realms that COVID is one of the biggest gifts I feel in this great awakening for 2020, for us to really live from our hearts and choose love versus fear. I feel right now we are brought in this moment to really decide where we're going to give our attention to and choose the freedom of our Christed hearts. And right now we're seeing a big division of this separation that's being placed worldwide. And I feel what's so important right now is to look deeply behind COVID. Everyone has an opinion, everyone has a belief, but deeper behind it is what can we do to bring more connection, more love versus the distortion, the limitations, the beliefs, and just the agendas that somehow are distracting or bending the light right now. I feel right now, personally, in my own meditations and my own guidance is the highest amount of Christed light is being shined upon us at this moment in our earth. And right now we are here as transmitters of light to shine that. And it's up to us to stay in our heart, be from our heart, and act from that love versus what many times we're seeing is people retract and diminish their ability from coming from fear. And that fear is being spread to a point where many of us light workers, many of us beautiful beings are being shifted in that distraction of separation. When at the end of the day, we know that we are here to be divine agents of love, and we're all here to stand in that. And I feel COVID is the greatest opportunity for us to rise in our fullest expression of light and to empower ourselves as we've come here to be in these divine agents, to live in our fullness of our blueprint in our divine plan.
Absolutely. It definitely makes you go within. It pulls, it sends you directly within inside the heart chamber. And and you become to where you're much more awakened and realize it's like a trigger of realization to what the real deal is here. So you're absolutely correct. Okay, LeVay, I see you shaking your head. You want to add to that? That's powerful. That's powerful.
I was only confirming both answers or explanations were extremely accurate and heartfelt from different dimensional planes. I second the idea or the reality that it does represent a catalyst. Of course, the third dimensional plane, the fourth dimensional plane, or at least the theme of the third dimensional plane has always been the choice. This is the solar plexus, love or fear. These are the two decisions. And of course, this great decision is allowing for us as individuals emotionally to address where the energy is mostly being invested in us as beings. Where is our consciousness being, our trajectory being recognized? And of course, this is integrated within all of the unfoldments that is this grand saga, this magnificent unfoldment of all these different synchronicities all at the same time.
Absolutely.
It's so many different planes of existence that the transition is taking place on, where of course the divine nature of it is so integrated. However, on a very practical and on a very practical level, it should be recognized by the common consciousness as the ability, the catalyst, the vehicle in which we make the choices energetically as far as where we are moving to as souls, as beings, where or how can we harness the situation and turn the emotional wheels, if you will, of our energy and where we're going, the path, the splitting of this reality that we're experiencing. This is where we are. And once again, of course, all the things are encoded. The name, the title, the numbers, everything is integrated. And once again, I continue personally to be astonished by how brilliant the layout is of this design. So once
it's
again,
amazing.
The divine plan.
Oh my God, it is so phenomenally amazing, to say the least. There's no words that can describe it. We have lots and lots of questions. Lady Ninhursag, did you want to comment on that? Can you hear me?
Sure. Yeah, definitely. Yes, I can hear you. Can you hear me fine?
Yes.
Can you hear me okay?
Yes.
Okay, great. Yes. So our beautiful divine mother is evolving, which is Mother Earth. And as she evolves, Gaia, we are evolving also. We're as she's in divine, we're in divine alignment with her. So as she evolves, we evolve. And that's why we're having the experiences that we're having, because we're shedding we're shedding that old energy, that
Mhm.
energy that can no longer go with us. So yes, this is a beautiful time to be on this planet and having this, sharing
Mhm.
this experience with all the other reflections.
Mhm.
And that I just lost the thought that I was going to say. Oh, I know what it was. And the beautiful part about this whole thing is that we all chose to be here at this time. You know,
Yes.
we chose to be here. So I say observe and enjoy the ride. That's what I do.
Oh
And
yes.
I just observe it. And, you know, the creator is absolutely amazing. You want to be
Mhm.
grateful for every experience and every day because there's definitely a rainbow at the end. So, yeah, this
Love
is
it.
beautiful experience.
I love that. Oh, that is so wonderfully put. All right. Well, okay. So one of the questions that we have comes from Rachel Dotson. She says, "How do we access the energy of the 8-8 Stargate to better navigate this moment? How do we anchor into the crystalline grid?" For one, I would like for someone to explain a little bit about what the crystalline grid is and what how to anchor into that crystalline grid, and then she'll probably have her answer more than likely at the end of that. So she's asking, how do we access the 8-8 energy? A minimum breakdown of what the 8-8 energy of the gateway is, and break down what the crystalline grid is and how we anchor into it. Anyone can speak on that.
I can share a little bit on that. I
Mhm.
feel one of the most important things is individuals to recognize that all the power resides in this now. In
Yes.
this now, within the high heart is where the crystalline is taking place, the crystallized state of consciousness. That it is through the heart that the DNA is reprogrammed, reshifted, re-engineered. And it is through here that the higher dimensional aspect of ourselves is reuniting through our soul monads. There is this calling back of all
Mhm.
parts of ourselves from the higher dimensional planes returning back. And it is through the high heart, through the crystalline diamond heart, it is one to tune into. First, it is the awareness that it exists. Second, to recognize Earth has already taken her ascension. She's become Gaia because she's arisen into a crystalline rose and heart. So it's the
Mm.
blossoming of the heart. And that's where the Magdalene frequency on the planet, so the voice of the truth comes out. When you come into your heart, when you're in that breath, you're breathing back with that electromagnetic field. You're
Mhm.
breathing with Divine Mother and Divine Mother Gaia in oneness. From that
Mhm.
place, you're able to experience internally the crystalline clarity because it's so pure, it's dazzling, it's glorious. And literally, it is within the sacred flame, which is the ascension flame, right in the high heart, that you are able to experience this, either sensing it or feeling it or seeing it, and
Mhm.
being able to become one with it. From
Yes.
that oneness energy, then you're able to tune into the crystalline field. The crystalline field is Christed because you're then tuning into your mighty Christed self. You connect into your mighty I am presence. The I
Mhm.
am, you pulling it in, and you're able to connect it to Gaia's heart that is in the same. So everything goes back to the breath. You want to know where to go, come into your breath, come into the way
Yes.
your breath expands and exhales, and stay in that place and allow it to unfold before you. Be in nature. The bodies of
Mhm.
water is where so much of this wisdom is being reactivated within
Mhm.
and is able to be anchored in through your vessel because it's coming through your spirit to your body, to your etheric body, to your mental body, to your emotional body, and your physical body is trickling down so that you
All the
can
way
be
through.
just a vessel of anchoring. And a lot of people want to jump into 88. What is that? The infinite gateway, the Stargate alignment with the pyramid of Giza. Oh my gosh, what do I got to do? Right now, stay in your heart, stay in love instead of the fears. Stay right here. You're able to tune in each day more, and you're able to anchor in more. And the more you anchor in, the more you are transforming your own DNA to the crystallized DNA that is the Christ itself, the return of the Christ itself. So that's my
absolutely.
That's beautiful.
That's wonderful. I mean, and actually, to help with someone asked, how could we help with this? Even during the awakening process of many, I think it was Jeanette Smith, the heart is the key. And sometimes the activation for the heart center is so subtle, you may not realize it. Some people, they'll have this huge explosion when their heart chakra begins to expand and open up. I know for me, from my experience, I felt like I had a hole in my back. People call it angelic wings began to form. You can't see them, but they're there, you know, and I could take a shower and the water would hit my back and it would sound like the water was going straight through my body. I'm like, holy smokes. Yeah. Okay. But then there was times when I would have like heartgasms where it was like just this birth of beautiful, soft, feathery type energy. It's kind of hard to describe, and you know something is going on inside your chest. So a lot of the things that I do to anchor in that energy, and I learned this from one of my healing sessions with Michael recently. I get out and I walk. The breath is the key. The heart is the key. The breath, one easy exercise that you can do to activate your heart chakra and bring in that golden crystalline light that is floating in the air. It's in the particles that we breathe. A lot of people don't know it because you can't see it, but just because you can't see it doesn't mean that it's not there. It is there, trust me.
Okay.
And you just take a deep breath and you just pull that, you breathe into the heart. It's not like you're sitting just breathing a normal breath. You think about taking the breath straight into the heart chakra, and at that same time, you're taking the golden light particles in there too, and letting them come back up. It's a like a cycle, a process. Just do it. Even if you do it 1 or 2 times a day, I found that really helped me to integrate a lot of this energy that's coming in. So did you want to speak on that, Lavelle? We have several other questions, but
I'll make it very brief. And for the most part, this is you guys have provided the perfect segue from my perspective. Of course, the breath is the rhythm and the heart is the place. We're talking about presence. The seat of the soul, the being is the heart space, and of course the rhythm is the breath. This is where we're present. This is where we're allowing and observing infinite intelligence. Her question sounds more about functionality. And of course, functionality, the how-tos have everything to do with logical processes. It's just that when we're talking about anchoring in these type of energies and the divine unfoldment of what is beyond logical comprehension, this is about the trust of oneself and actually being present. It's about being here and allowing for the intentions. Once again, as far as the functionality of all that's unfolding, it is us with the will of the soul. It is about us planting the seed and allowing the infinite intelligence of life to take care of the functionality of all that is to take place. Of course, you're here, you're present, you're aware of the gateway, you have an intention of harnessing the energies and allowing for yourself to take advantage of the opportunity. And of course, the divine is very aware of this. It's just that this is a self-functioning mechanism where it is absent of logical process. So for us to say, oh, you need to do. Of course, we could give you instruction, but for the most part, most of the instruction would have to do with you just being here, being present, and trusting yourself, and knowing that everything that's supposed to take place is taking place. So once again, relax. No, it's not something that we have to have some type of functional means over, but more aspect of us grounding ourselves and trusting the process that we're moving through.
Yes, trust is the key. Absolutely, absolutely. And see, Michael's grabbing his heart there. You know, intent is such a big thing. Don't worry about, am I gonna, I mean, what about the 8-8 gateway? Look, relax, breathe, you know? Go get you a nice cup of hot tea and just be thankful. Smile. There you go, huh? Yes.
The Christed heart. The Christed diamond heart.
I need one of those. I need one of those. Look, yeah, just breathe it in. Don't let anything get in the way of you feeling that love that Mother Gaia is giving you. I assure you, you are ascending. Nobody is ever left behind. Where are you going to get left to? We're in source.
Right.
We're all in the same boat, you know? And so, but I mean, sorry, Lady Ninhersack, did you want to comment on that real quick?
Sure, real quick. I know, you know, I agree absolutely with everything that was stated prior by, you know, Honeybee, Michael, and also Lavelle. As a practicing Christian witch and a magical being among this planet, there are practices that you can do just for those that have to have something. It's daily spiritual practice.
Come on with it now.
It's just taking a few minutes, just taking a few minutes to just seat yourself in this divine moment, and this now moment, and just being present with the divine, strengthening that connection, and just being aware of the greatness that we have. Breath work is definitely a major part of all of this, because the breath is the life, and you know, the Creator breathed life into us, and that's how we became animated. So the breath is definitely, I do hot yoga. So, and there's a lot of breathing there, walking in nature, connecting with the divine, connecting with God's creation. So yeah, if you know, really feel that you have to have something tangible that you can do, I know, because it is a switch sometimes to just be in the now and just to know, because we've been taught that we have to have something. So if you feel like you have to have something, that is something that you can do. Just taking a few minutes to connect with the divine presence, the mighty I am present that lives within you. And you can do that just by being in nature, exercising, meditation. Yeah.
Awesome. Awesomeness. All right. So we have a question here from Janie Hodges. She says, what about stuck energy in the body? Why does it get stuck in the first place? Can I prevent this? A couple of days ago, I had to deal with this. Today, it's a lot of energy to hold. I don't understand what is going on. Also, I was faced with a huge contrast. I'm like the chillest person ever. Then bam, the opposite brought to me like bam. I tapped in and I feel something big is going to happen, something good. That's good. You know, keeping a positive attitude that you have, you know that something good is happening. But I believe her question was about the energy that's stuck in the body. And anybody can address that particular question.
So I'll chime into that, Sandra, as being in the healing arts for over 20 years. You know, we all know that our energy is a free flow. And I feel one of the greatest reasons why there is a stagnant level of energy, especially now, is because there is a lack of movement due to our limited expression. And when I say limited expression, right now, I feel we're all in this age of empowerment. And in our empowerment, we have our sacred voice from our divine hearts to fully express who we truly are. And right now, if we look at a lot of our old conditions, our beliefs, our limitations, they're all being dissolved within the outside, within the inside. And so many of us, we need to go out and express that energy in its healthiest way, however it may be, whether it's into nature, whether it's singing, whether it's dancing. I feel in this quarantine, in this limitation, there's a lot of energies that are being contracted, and it's neither good or bad, right or wrong. A lot of times energies move into specific areas to become stuck so they can become free, because a lot of our aspects of our physical body relate to our emotional body, relate to our mental body, and most important, relate to our spiritual body. So if there's any vulnerabilities within our body that are stuck, it's actually a beautiful gift, a message to see how I can release that in its healthiest form. And I find right now, as we see from all levels, is that we are needing that fullness of expression to allow that chi, to allow the divine energy to freely move, because if there's no expression, if there's no movement, then we find blockage in the body.
Wow, that's powerful. Awesome.
I also feel that with the stuck energy, sometimes we look at it as a stuck energy, like from, let's say, a crystalline diamond light body. This diamond light body has to be completely radiant, so it can radiate divine's virtues, its qualities, and its rays of light so profoundly. But when the energy is sitting in our field, is because it is there to bring our attention to it, so that we can bring our transmuting the sacred ascension flame to it, so we can transcend it within our template, within our ancestry template, within our other lifetimes, so we can heart it. When we can heart it, we're able to breathe that sacred breath of the divine creator back into it and expand it back into light. We are living transformational beings of light. When we recognize the divine remembrance of what we actually are as a radiance of light, whatever comes in our field and comes into our field sits there because it wants to be hearted. Perhaps we could not heart it when we were little, but now we're in a place that we actually can heart it, bring that divine mother energy, divine father energy into it, so it can transcend and transmute back into light. So when we look at it, that is not a problem, that shift of consciousness, that, wow, this is now in my field, it's giving me the opportunity to transcend it and transform it. So it get then it's recognized, wow, this is another gift that I'm able to do for me and humanity. So
another level. Wow, that is so awesome. And you know, it's kind of important for you to just kind of sit down in a quiet space and just meditate and think of, I mean, do you realize how many levels of consciousness you go through in a day's time? Each moment is a different level of vibration. And when you honor each level, even though sometimes I'll get in the presence of energy that's not so comfortable, but learning to integrate that energy is really important, and honoring it from a admirable standpoint. Like don't look at it as bad energy or good energies, energy. And learning how to integrate it is what's really important. I really had to learn how to do that. I'm still growing. I'm still learning how to do that. One lady said, Emily says, so you're not wearing the mask. Do you put the mask on? Here again, I believe Todd had with the
No mask for us here. No, no, no.
No
I
mask.
mean,
We
it's a
bring
matter
love to
of-
mask. We
Yeah,
love
yeah.
mask. No,
Our smiles.
no.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. You hear that? Who is that? Emily, I believe, asked that. Oh, I love Sandra, the heart breathing with the golden crystal light. Thank you. You're welcome, Lisa. What is the what is the panelist five perspective on past lives? Are we all essentially one consciousness? So I'm not sure what they're asking. It's like two questions in one. What's the panel's perspective on past lives? Is that important? Is focusing on future lives important? So I'm gonna lay that out and then I'll say what I feel on it.
I say briefly, and then you guys can share. So I was trained as with Dolores Cannon with level 1 and level 2 in quantum
Okay.
healing, hypnosis, therapy, and past life regressions, and onto calling the oversoul to come in through the individual speak. I facilitated over 500 cases of past lives. Incredible. The most important life is this now, in this form, in this now, in this moment.
In the moment.
Yes, many of your lives, when you come here, you're able to transcend and transform the lives of the past, the lives of the future, and the parallel lives. All is in within your own reach in this now. And many of the lifetimes, yes, they have had an influence. All of us have had an influence that we are here. That's why we're here. So we are able to bring our higher ascension consciousness back in here. So if you feel that, okay, your past life is completely running your life, that might be true for you in that moment, but you're also leaking your energy because you're living in the past. You're not living in this now. You can visit it and take care of it. The thing is, when you come to your heart, when you connect with your oversoul and you connect to your mighty Christed presence and your I am, all of that is part of it. And then you recognize none of that was outside the divine plan. All of this imperfection is part of the divine perfection. You can only experience the divine perfection when you come back to that breath and that heart. You see it completely differently. But if curiosity wants to know what happened. So for example, when I had died on January 8, 2012, when I was in spirit side, Sandra, when the angel took me and I met my Arcturian galactic family of light, one of the things when they brought the screen in front of me and showed me my lives, do you know how many lifetimes they showed me quickly like that?
Yeah.
844 Earth human lifetimes here. And the amount of lives. Okay, so this is the last incarnation in this form to bring their purpose. But okay, so that's why I feel so ancient, so old. I'm so tired. I'm ready for this to wrap up. Like for many of us, this is gonna be gone. I'm coming back again. No 845.
For many of us, I mean, we need to get it right.
That's it. I mean, that's it. And it's got to be done with love. It's got to be done with the divine love. In order for us to wrap this lifetime, we finally are bringing our divine love. So whatever lifetimes has taken place, we're also transcending, transforming, and finally that is also able to dissolve because the wholeness is coming back in on this last one.
Wow, that's awesome. I mean, I can't imagine how many times I've been back and forth and here and there, and Lord knows who I was and what I did, but I don't even I don't even try to profess to be a, but I'm just saying now I got a chance to get it right. I'm working, we're working constantly on shifting into such a, I mean, because mankind, a kind of man, the human race, had fallen down so low in vibrational energy, we had to have some assistance from other realms, for other star beings that are present now, to bring us back and slap us on the rear and say, wake the hell up. What are you guys doing? You know, change your diet. Stop having so much sex, you know, in the wrong way, of course. And, you know, drink, re-detoxify your body, you know, age, death, all of that stuff. What are you people doing? We need to bring some more, we need to bring back to your memory who you really are and what you're really doing here. Let's start all over again. Okay, let's start with ABC. Get your chakras aligned, you know, do some studying on the acetonial lines, the grid that's on the top of your head that connects with your star chakra going up into the universe. Let's do some grounding. Go hug a tree. Know that the trees got roots going into the ground of Mother Earth, Gaia, and you can get energy from that. You get energy from plants. Surround yourself with plants. The best kept secret, plants and trees and all that vegetation is vibrating probably much faster than some of us. You see? And so everything had to be started all over again. So don't even put a lot of energy. This is my perspective. A lot of energy on your past lives. Those are great. And those were lessons I have learned. Where are you going in the future? Where is the future at? The future in the past is right now. It's what you're experiencing now. How do you navigate your ship right at this moment? You're doing it. You're in the question and answer forum. You've got an opportunity to ask whatever you want to ask. And so with that being said, Katina or LeVay, did y'all want to mention that about the mask? Or, and I don't know how I got on way on. But,
yeah.
a lot of
I'll share if you don't mind real quick. As far as the mask, I'm a bit of a rebel. So yeah, no, I'm not interested in a mask. So yeah, the mask is a no-no.
I think we're all rebels, you know.
As far as the past lives, I definitely agree with Honey Bee. I was fortunate enough to have seen not 805 of my past life experiences, and it came to me without me even wanting to know what they were. As they appeared, I just had that feeling that that was me at some point throughout a past life. But of course, they have an impact on your life, but do you actually use it consciously in this life? Not really. You know, it's a nice awareness to have, wow, you know, but I don't think about that on a daily basis or apply that to my daily experience. So
okay,
if you don't seek it, it'll come. I think that's the best advice I have. Don't seek it. It'll come.
It'll come.
Yeah, it'll come.
It'll come. All right. Well, one of these questions is asked by Emily, I believe she says, well, explain how these people are getting sick. Here again, it depends on, to me, it depends on your level of perception. Your level of understanding. Understand that fear is a program. It's programmed into us, had been so deeply, and now all of that programming is cracking up. Why is it cracking up and leaving? Because of the new light that's coming into our bodies. You know, our DNAs were destined to be reconstructed, or, you know, we were destined to be reborn. And here again, I'll say, and y'all can speak on this, why are so many people dying because of this? The fear will take you on, the misalignment, possibly. I can't say, but I know that if you participate in those particular programs, it will lower your vibration and make you subtle to being of the slave mind. And you'll just believe anything that comes across the screen. So It's like Kelly says, I'm receiving downloads that some are purposely not to wear a mask, as their energy and particles that they breathe out actually helps to shift Alzheimer's, heal, and transform others. I've been shown that this energy that comes out of some is actually divine sparkles of light that they are breathing out. And so that's what the Miss Kelly McBain had.
That's
Thank
amazing.
you for sharing that particular perspectives with us.
Yeah.
Any other comments? Says, oh boy, we're vibrating. We are vibrating, or it says, Lynn Marie says we are vibrating or we are dying. Well, anybody want to speak on that?
So, of course, everything is in motion. Once again, the idea of all that's unfolding right now merely represents a catalyst. The catalyst has an array of side effects, of opportunities for us to embrace information, to engage an awareness from a physiological standpoint, from emotional, from a spiritual standpoint, all spectrums of existence. Once again, this is somewhat of a spiritual as well as, or etheric emotional gymnasium that we're experiencing, where we get to delve into these realms of existence that many of us have just not had the conscious time and energy to engage in, because we've been working with the dynamic of the reality or the construct of relativity.
Right.
With day jobs and children and other responsibilities, many of us haven't had the opportunity to even reflect on the physiology and the way in which our energy body and emotional body works within these constraints. Now, this is a strong topic, and of course there is a whole spectrum of different polarities and directions and trajectories as far as how everyone feels about it. However, all must realize that it is where you are comfortable. Where you are comfortable is based on your own energetic positioning, where you are in conscious awareness, and of course, the only way in which to deconstruct and heal is through individual authenticity and embracing who you are and allowing what is to take place, what you are to see amongst the transition to reflect and be seen amongst you. However, you have to be present with yourself in order to actually receive what you're seeing, experience how you feel about what you're doing. If it's a mask on or a mask off, you have to be engaged and truly present within the self to receive and allow for this healing to take place. Now, for those who are engaged and attempting to be proactive, of course, the information, the science, all of that is widely available at your fingertips. If you have access and are seeing what's being expressed, the information is there for all of us. It's just that at the basis of all of this, it's about us being authentic within ourselves, trusting and reflecting on our own energy and being engaged in the now moment. If anything, the greatest advice could always be, or should always be, to ground oneself so we can ingest the information beyond judgment, beyond guilt, beyond shame, in a place of true forgiveness. Absolutely.
Wow, that's awesome. That is so well put. So I'm feeling that from most of the questions seem to be centered around what's really going on the planet, not just with thing or you know, how many people are actually leaving the planet. There definitely is something serious going on within the planet. Well, we have to realize too that we're also, and I've mentioned this to Lavelle in some of his Sunday morning meditations, we're the creator, observers, and participants. We are all three, the Trinity in one. We're creating this. Where did this particular virus come from? Yes, it was created. And I lost my train of thought. Yeah, we're creator, participant, and observer. We're watching it go on as we create it, and we're participating in it. You choose at what level, of whatever level that you want to participate. It's no judgment. And I wanted to put this out there to the panel too. What is the difference between judgment and what did I say? Emily, it was judgment and making a decision about something. There's a process that you have to go through. Do you judge before you make that decision? What's the difference between the two, judging and making a decision?
It's a matter of the individual's resonation with their decision. As far as the judgment, this is to place value, of course, good or bad, fair or unfair, without seeing the entirety of the spectrum. Of course, understanding is based on being able to observe the entirety of eternity. It's just that hindsight's 2020. We're still within the limitations of linear time. So when we receive information, we're only able to place value based on our current level of awareness of what's taking place. It's just that with free will, we have the ability to engage in particular direction, or a particular direction based on how we feel, the intuition, how we feel about what is taking place, and how comfortable we are with the choices that are necessary. It's just that this is an internal function versus placing labels on things. And the labeling is where we basically operate within the limitations of ignorance and judgment, and we decide that something is concrete when, of course, things are always changing. The facts always change. It's always fluid. It's just that we have to be present with ourselves in order to reflect on what resonates with us as individuals.
Right.
Awesome. Well put. Well put. Donna Owen says, we can uncreate what we create. How do we do that? How do we uncreate it?
Time being three-dimensional, we can go forward, backwards, and side to side. All of these are
multidimensional.
Of course, well, it's the framework. Once again, we're talking about infinite intelligence and all these different directions. We talked about past lives a minute ago. All of these things are existing now. Like, all of these lives are taking place right now. Sometimes we'll have interdimensional experiences and blurbs of past experiences that are being brought to our consciousness based on factors that are beyond our conscious awareness. Of course, as stated before from everybody on the panel, being present, this lifetime is the most important. It's just at the same time, this lifetime is the last lifetime of all the lifetimes we've experienced on Earth, where it's the amalgamation of all of our experiences within the linear framework, where all of the gifts and talents, experiences, emotional blockages, upheavals, and strengths within ourselves are being brought to our conscious awareness, because this is the lifetime in which we've chosen to shift octaves and release or basically cross the T's and dot the I's within the emotional body. So sometimes there will be small blurps or things that are brought to our attention that we have to give a little bit of energy to. But of course, right now, this life is important. And of course, the decisions before us are tremendously paramount, because it's the last. And we're dealing with very high vibrational energies. As Michael said before, this is the highest frequency of energy that we've experienced as a conscious species in many, many, many thousands of years in linear time. So right now is the highest frequency we've ever experienced. So we're working with very potent manifestation energies. So once again, our ability to make these decisions and stay present is so vital.
Now, any thoughts on what's going to happen in the next 26,000 years. The one of the pivotal points came in December, around December solstice in 2012. And a lot of stuff starts shifting for everybody, including myself. That was near the end of the equinox, or a cycle of either, I think it's either 26,000, 36,000 years. And I'm just wondering what will the next part of our involvement be in the next, as we move into the next 26,000 years. My God, can you imagine with all of it? And there's massive numbers of people that are awakening now. They may not be fully awake, but it's okay. As long as they're still on the planet, they're going to get more awakened and more conscious that something has definitely not been on alignment with what we've been told. Oh, okay. I have another comment here by D. Nighthawk Robinson. Last December, I became very ill, and I stayed ill into February. It was 2 days before my birthday, and I thought I was going to die. I didn't want to still be sick on my birthday 2 days later, so I decided it would be better to pass away than to continue in this pain. The next day, I woke up feeling great and all my symptoms were gone. Any thoughts about that?
I would.
Nice. Thank you, Dee.
I just want to say something short. I feel illness is the biggest gift to resurrect the trueness expression of the divine that you are, because it's only a matter of time that we have to face what we're not showing within our lives. So I look at illness as just the greatest opportunity to really look in the mirror and say, where am I in my life that I'm here to change this moment that is out of balance?
Yes.
Nice. Okay, lady in her side, you want to comment on that?
Awesome. I would definitely, yes. You know, I want to weigh in on that. Myself having experiences last year of illness, your soul will bring you to that point where you make a decision. And prior to me having this experience of illness, I was ready to check out. I was like, kids grown, grandkids are great. I can check out at this point. But when faced with that illness and that experience, and having beautiful grandchildren that have been gifted to me through my children, I made a decision that I wanted to live. And it kind of, knowing thyself is the key. I think this has just kept coming to me as the guests have been speaking. Knowing thyself is an amazing thing. And that's the first lesson that we learn as a student of the mysteries and as a student of this universe. Knowing thyself, and that involves tapping in and going into the heart and going into that heart space. And, a lot of the questions that are being asked, we already have these answers. We just have to go into that small space, into that space within us, and listen to that small, still voice, and it will be revealed to us. So I know exactly what he's referring to, the question, the asker of the question, as far as having that experience. Your soul presented to you the situation, and you made a decision at that point. Yes, I want to live. And as Lavelle said, we do have defined free will. So that could have went either way. But there is no wrong. There is no wrong.
No wrong or right.
We have choice to choose.
Exactly.
In my case, when I was in 2012, when I did die, it was my choice to die, but it was from the illness. And I actually really wanted to, because I was done with this earth plane, this on many, many levels of it. And I do have two beautiful children. The love of the children, all of that was tremendous, but my soul was being called for something so much grander that I could not grasp in here. And I wanted to keep saying, I want to go home. I want to return back home. So when I did cross over, the experience of the pure ecstasy, the pure joy of reuniting back with me in my light, in my reflection of truth of who I am, without this fragmented aspect, they gave me a whiff to come back as a messenger of light. They send me back, especially after all that I met. And I didn't want to come back at all. But then beloved Yeshua, when he said, you have to go back and share what has been revealed to you, and you will be back with us. So one of the things that I also want to share with you, what they showed me, you asked about the question about the next 26,000 years. So there's cycles within cycles. So we have the 3,125 years, then we have the 3,600 years, then we have the 12,500 years, they have the 25,000. I mean, there's cycles and cycles. But one of the things, beloved Yeshua, that showed me on when I was in spirit side, they showed me where they are and where the angelic realm is, the galactic realm, like where they are positioned. And he reminded me, and he said, when you finish this, here's where you're going to be, and we're going to go here. So there's this, as we expand in our personal planetary ascension, Earth is a huge part of the entire universal, particularly galactic expansion. What is taking place galactically is also taking place here, is extremely important. Those of us who are galactically connected, we're communicating constantly between the Lyrans, Andromedans, Arcturians, Sirians, and we're receiving the information back and forth. We're expanding that in here. So, but we're being given the opportunity to expand it here without leaving our body. That's why they send me back. They said, now anchor it from this stream here. You don't need to leave your body anymore. You need to stay here and bring it through. So, and I feel that's where many of us, sometimes the illness has been the catalyst, or those of us who actually crossed over had to then be sent back so that we can together as a team of light, unite as one with this crystalline light so we can deliver it through.
I also felt like I was shedding. I felt like I was being, and I don't know if the other panel guests know what I'm referring to. I felt like I was being stripped of all the things that I no longer needed. Like, like things were being taken off of me because they ran so many tests and all the tests came up negative. They were like, we don't know what's wrong with you. So I felt like I guess there's this concept of being broken down so you can be built back up. So that's what I felt like was happening to me in my personal experience. So there was no fear.
Yeah. So I was actually put back together. I will share that when the Arcturian, the Golden Council of Tuat brought me, they did take my DNA in front of me in the spirit side, and I got to see what they did with my DNA. So I got to fully see that from that plane, and then re-implanted that back into my consciousness before I was able to come back into form before they sent it back. So then when I was returned back, I was completely different. I was able to stripped, like you said, I was completely stripped of who I was, and the new me was in here, but being able to experience life completely differently without anything being able to experience interdimensionally before me, like being able to see individuals' geometric patterns in front of me and the codes, what the codes they carried, and that began. So a lot of us are being, again, re-put back together because we have to carry the stream of light into this plane for this golden age to be delivered.
Nice. I have one question I want to present to the panel. You mentioned light language. Is light language or is that proof of a person's ascension? In other words, do you have to speak or use light language as proof that you've ascended? That's what I want to put out there, because I know probably 99% of the audience is wondering, especially if you've been led to this program. It's a question and answer forum of questions you've always wondered. If we got somebody in the audience that is too embarrassed to ask it, I'm asking it for them. Is light language, or a person that speaks light language, and I love it. I think it's absolutely phenomenally beautiful. Is that
I'll share that very shortly, because I know several of you will share that. Definitely not necessary, but it's a natural. When you are ascending, you're connecting to a multidimensional nature. You start naturally coming back to the primordial sounds and the multiple language. They're primordial. Now, there are many individuals that are starting, but they have no clue what they're doing. They're ungrounded, and they're, with all due respect, creating a lot of disaster, I feel, because it's ungrounded. It's not honed in to be utilized as an actual transmission and activation. But this takes time as well. The living languages of light, when you start beginning to communicate it, or when you are communicating multiple language, you are interacting with your multi-dimensional self, and you're able to be in communion, because the love is the key behind it. Light, love, and sound. So these three is the part of that planetary ascension. Do you have to have it? No, but many individuals naturally, they want to begin because the voice of their truth has been returned, and it's not in this language that we're speaking of.
Now, Lavelle, you do, he's released a lot of albums, and he does, it's a type of song, the type of songs, the style that he does, but it's his words. If you could watch his movement and observe the beat and everything, I would say, that's a form of him connecting with one of his higher multidimensional selves in that particular style. Would you comment a little bit on that? How do you feel when you're doing your style of music, and it really it kind of attracts the young people's their vibe?
It does. So first and foremost, light language. It comes in many forms. Many forms. We're talking about light language. The light being the experience itself, the heightening or expansion of our sensitivity, and of course, sensitivity being our ability to be receptive to more information from life itself. Light. Now, of course, we talking about one's recognition or conscious awareness of constant synchronicity, constant communication. The more sensitive you are, the more number patterns you see, the more the radio or the song that's playing on the radio in the store when you walk in is communicating with you, because you realize that all of this is but your design. So we really are talking about light language, where that's a function or a recognition based on one's conscious level of awareness. Now, the exchange of light language comes in many forms as well. Of course, when a person speaks intuitively and connects with that source, we're speaking a language. It's just that we're translating it through our being. Now, the more refined we become, of course, some have a passion towards being able to express languages from off planet, right? And this is a natural function and something that people who have been pre-designated to do this work have the ability to do, because they're passionate about it. And of course, it takes a lot of courage to just kind of start drawing squiggly lines and translating beautiful sound shapes and geometry. I mean, of course, it gets a little deeper, but to the layman, it's like, okay, those are some beautiful squiggly lines, and it looks like our writing, but like different. But once again, it's that is a function. Now, when it comes to music, you had it absolutely correct. It is a form of light language. It's a frequency, a vibration. If anything, the words are but worlds that I use to translate vibrations. I'm a conduit of vibrations that kind of integrate highly expanded, evolved ideas into very layman, rhythmic, soul-felt communication sonically. That's what I do. And once again, on the tip of all of that, it is a language of light. It's just that, of course, you know, we're here and we're experiencing new things and dealing with new language and these new expansions of awareness. So many of us have tools that we're curious about and that can be appreciated. It's just that, once again, the self, authenticity, one embracing their own gifts and realizing who they are, and know that, of course, this is not an exclusive thing to a particular group of people. We all have these gifts that we share in one way, shape, or form, if you will. It's just a matter of being present and following your passion and allowing the divine to speak through you. It is not I that do the work. It is the all that does the work through me, through us. And that's a beautiful thing.
Well,
Amen.
That's a mouthful. I love that. That is a mouthful. I tell you, you know, see, that's why I be parked in front of my laptop on Sunday morning, boy. And morning them and their meditation, their tea time meditation, you guys don't understand what's going on here.
That's on Friday. You'll be back with us Friday.
Yes, yes, yes. I look forward to that, you know. So we have gone way over time. It was supposed to be an hour, and it's like we're 20 or 30 minutes past, and we have so many questions that that the viewers had put into. Hang on just one second here, that had typed into. So I suggest that you come back. Yes, I know we want to. I suggest that you come back. I think the next show will be, our next airing will be, it's supposed to be bi-weekly, but the next one is scheduled for August the 5th, which is next Wednesday. And then after that, it will be 2 weeks, August the 19th. So next week we will have Sarah Williams and Marita Bat-Shashawn. These sisters are very, very good, and they are very, very powerful, and they have so much information to share. Look them up on Facebook if you want more information about what it is that they do. But I want to give honor and respect to all my platform guests. I bow to the divinity within you as I bow to the divinity within myself, and all is in source. Amen, amen. And so it is, and so it is, and so it is. This has been a beautiful, beautiful gathering. And I send powerful energy out to all of our viewers. All of us platform guests are sending you that energy. You are not left behind. You are not lost. You are not confused. You are a beautiful, beautiful, sovereign being, and you're doing fine just where you are. Just don't stop going. Continue to move. Take your hand and put it on your heart space and cover it, and send that divine breath into your heart center, and know without a doubt everything is fine. Everything is love. Everything is pure golden love. And that's how we're going to end our transmission for now. We will see you all next week at 7:30. We want to give honor and respect to Todd Medina, who has given me an opportunity to expand and bring in others that can assist all of us with this. If you are a visitor, or you in the audience and you desire to be on the show, inbox me and I will try to see if we can get you on the schedule. Any additional questions can be addressed to Honeybee, and Michael in their inbox. Don't bombard them with a bunch of nonsense, because you will get talked about. Don't get crazy. Just, you know,
You can message us if there's any specific question we can assist. We definitely will. Please, so just message us directly on our Facebook page. Thank you.
Yes, on that page. And Lavelle Zimmerman, the same way. He is not a hard person to reach. He posts so many positive things through the week. It's a very positive message every day. And you can send any questions or anything to this young man that you need to ask. I think he's in Germany. Bless his heart, he stayed up. He probably got toothpicks on his eyelids, but I mean, it's like, what, 2 o'clock in the morning there, you know, or 3 o'clock a.m. Yes. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
And then Lady Ninhursag is located, is it Richmond or Norfolk, Virginia?
I'm located in Virginia, in the Hampton Roads area.
Yeah, she's in Virginia. So we're all kind of scattered out. I'm in Macon, Georgia. So you see how this grid has formed a beautiful crystal line, and just taken over. Thank you so much, Lady Ninhursag, for sharing your love and your energy and your knowledge with us. Thank you.
My pleasure. My pleasure.
And is any last words before we close out? Silence is golden.
Absolutely.
Okay, so we will see you all next week, and I'll be sending out the new invites to the show. And you all have a wonderful, wonderful week. We'll see you then.
God bless you.
Much love.
Thank you, everybody.
Universal brothers and sisters, you know what I'm saying? They got the MJ. Stellar. I use a tag joint, you know what I'm saying? I'm doing it for free. It's nothing. Thank you, MJ. It's nothing, man. Yeah. Beyond all this paper, you know what I'm saying? MJ, dig it, yo. Yeah. 1, 2, we come through. 4, 5, my crew out. 7, 8, big waves. 6, 9, it's about time. Get it in, get it. Word up, yo. Bang, sing. Yeah. 1, 2, we come through. 4, 5, my crew out. 7, 8, big waves. 6, 9, it's about time. Get it in, get it. Word up. Yeah. Hey, yo.
Purchase your tracks.
Jump, but it's all, we did it hard. Paradox, young Goldilocks. Ride a key, open up the block. Ice cream truck, here, play the song. Watch the kids run. Love. Yeah. Archangel, man, that blue flame. Got a thing for this maintain. Forever changing. Spirit riding, they know how to be outside with them birds flying. Responsible for the balance, man. 13's a new stream. Blood moon is cool beans. Hold it down, that's one team. Yeah, keep it tight, stay showing up. Just holding truth. Yeah, show you right, give it real deal. My holy skills, your shadow sparring will hold you feel. Release the grease like foam and grill. Hang 10, Audi 5G. Surge up when we get down. This wetsuit straight crystalline. Stays cool up at school. No need to teach, just more releasing. Yo, come on, baby, please don't forever be. We here, man.